Hey, so I'm back with my little Gacha VTuber model. I know I'm adorable. You could tell me how cute you think I am in the comments. Anyways, today I'll be showing you how to edit hair. I am using Procreate, but the program and brushes that I use don't matter since everything that I use are relatively basic tools that you could find in pretty much any good art program, even Ibis Paint, even though I believe that app is dog shit. That was a joke. That was a joke. Don't cry. Don't cry about it, you stupid little baby. I'm just kidding. Okay, so first off, we'll be refining the base a little bit and then drawing some line art on top of it. Then we'll do the shading, which I know looks complicated, but I'll explain it to you. Then we're going to be adding some extra strands of hair, okay, to make it look fluffy. And then we're going to be adding an overlay layer and creating our highlights, alright? And as I said previously, the app that I use is Procreate. I will hop into Ibis Paint too, but don't fret over the program or brushes that I use, alright? Everything that I use is quite basic, and you should be able to find it in any decent art program, including Ibis Paint, Clip Studio Paint, Paint Tool Sci, Mediabang Paint, anything actually, alright? So let's get into it. Alright, so starting off, if you heard that crack, that was my knuckle. Okay, so first we are just editing the base a little bit, okay? I am just sharpening up all the lines since I don't like that soft look. I think it's babyish. I think it's childish and dumb. I'm childish and dumb, but that's beyond the fact. Anyways, so first we're just gonna thin out some lines whenever we want, and then later on we'll connect everything up to the, what is that called? Just into the root little part of the hair. Okay, we're gonna make a little part of the hair where everything connects, kind of like a little spider, except cool, because a lot of people don't like spiders. I think spiders are cute. Definitely not saying that because I just watched Wednesday or anything. I'm just kidding. I think Wednesday's an asshole. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't come for me. Okay, anyways, so here it's just a repetitive process of erasing and drawing over. I'm already using the lines that they already created on the base, and I'm just connecting them a little bit just to make things look a little bit more detailed, alright? You don't absolutely need to do this, and you don't need to do it to the extent that I'm doing. It's also different for every hair, so just take your time figuring it out, okay? Anyways, so I do like to use just a thin brush, and I like to keep it messy, alright? Don't obsess over too much about making it clean. After we do some more steps later, with all our beautiful details, nobody will be able to tell we got a shaky hand and can't do line art if our life depended on it. Alright, so don't worry about that. Anyways, so this drawing is really, okay, not drawing, edit is really coming together, sorry. I'm used to saying drawing because I'm only getting back in the Gacha community recently. Anyways, once again, I'm connecting all the lines together, and you don't need to do this for every single line. Anyways, now, you can use pen fade. As you can see, the type of brush that I'm using just needs to be one that fades at the end. What I'm doing right now is I'm selecting each lock of hair and just brushing the edges of it so that it gives it this cool effect, alright? It's relatively easy. Now the hair in the back I'm making even darker just to show some depth. Alright, giving some things some dimension, making it look 3D. It will make all the difference, okay? You gotta think of things in 3D sometimes. After all, that is the goal of a lot of things, is to make them look like they're popping out at you. It gives things life. Anyways, now, with my brush, again, if you're using Ibis Paint, just use pen fade. Just draw these little squares, just squiggle up and down, and back and forth. Anyways, if you hear something itching in the background, that is my dog. So we are just gonna keep doing this all over the place. Just use the color picker to select a color that's already there, and then just go up and down and create these little squarey lines, alright? And we're just gonna do that all over the hair. It's a really simple and relatively easy thing to do, and if you do have a little trouble with it, please be patient with yourself. Alright, it can be a bit difficult to grasp, I can speak English, grasp something if you've never done it before, so be patient with yourself, alright? Anyways, it does, I know I say this and everything, but it does help to focus on each lock of hair, okay? It helps things look a little less overwhelming, okay? So just select a random color, then create those little blocks over and over again. If you need a slowed down version of how I did this, then you can just watch the real-time video that I created. I will post it next week, alright? Thank you. Anyways, after we shaded everything, we're then going to import it into Ibis Paint. Unless you're already in Ibis Paint. Look at me, I'm on the roof. I'm a little spider or something, I don't know. Honestly, spiders aren't that cute. I lied to you. Alright, so first we are using Dip Pen Hard, okay? And I did adjust my settings, as you could have saw previously, of putting stabilization to max, as well as putting force fade on. Alright, it just helps my lines be a little smoother. Since the stability in Ibis Paint isn't as good as the one in Procreate, and again, I have a shaky hand, so I kind of need this. Anyways, we're just color picking and then creating these hair strands. You could change the size of your brush if you want. If you want larger ones and smaller ones, try not to do them too small, alright? Keep them relatively thick. Don't think of it as like an individual strand. It's more like a clump of strands, like a chunk. It's like a mini lock of hair. It is a lock of hair. It is a lock of hair. Yes, it is. Anyways, so they could vary in length and thickness. Just do whatever feels right to you. Anyways, now using the filter, Stroke Outer, we are then matching the color of the line art, and that looks ugly as fuck. But we're gonna fix that with the eraser. Okay, only erase the top part of each strand of hair, just so that it can like blend with everything else, alright? Once you do that, then it should look relatively normal and okay. Alright, I kind of feel like I have to burp. Did you need to know that? Absolutely not. Anyways, wow, voice crack, whatever, I'm not editing that out. You all know that I'm Morty. Moving on. So, this is just a repetitive process that you're going to do for everything, okay? You generally just do it for one side of the hair strand, but for things like that specific hair strand that's touching both the top and bottom of the hair lock, then yeah, you can erase the top and bottom, alright? So, just be patient with yourself with this process. You can lower the opacity of the layer you're working on so you can see what's behind it, and you don't have to keep undoing like I'm doing. Or you can do what I do, because I know you want to be like me. Who doesn't? Sorry, I'm coping. Anyways, moving on. So this is a really repetitive, tedious process. And now just adjust your magic wand setting till it selects only your hair, okay? It completely depends on... Someone is calling me. Anyways, so I'm just airbrushing the face skin color, but a more saturated version, onto the bangs, and then on the outside part of the hair, or just at the bottom of the hair, you can add a blue color, a green color, a yellow color, whatever color you want. Someone is texting me. Anyways, so then make another layer, clip it, and go on overlay. Then I will answer this. Alright, now on that overlay layer, you can put a little blue on the side or a little bit of yellow. Alright, and now we are just slowly going in, keep in mind this is an airbrush, with a very light, warm color. And I'm just creating a line across and then just adding some details by just going along with the shape of the lock of hair. And then boom, it should look beautiful like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you look forward to more gacha content. See ya!